easy recharge.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, good trip so far, but decided to stop and pick up the crew, go for a little tour around the other side of the bay. So that is where we are headed now. And that's going to take us through the South Anchorage, I think it is, and around the corner.
What kind of flag is that? Red and black? Never sure. That's Mimi.
Maddy's pissed now.
Oh, yeah.
But hard to climb back in the boat, isn't it, huh?
Look, it's big.
And of course it's all coral here, so it's difficult to get all the way to shore, but yeah, very nice little beach. I know, we need a dinghy-sized swim ladder, huh?
For Maddy, yeah.
This little rope ladder would do too.
If you are in the beach, it's not a problem, but here, for me, go up.
Nice little secluded beach, nice picnic spot.
All is dangerous. Have a lot of cartel, like dangerous. Wild animal is possible attack you.
Well, this is the problem with this island, is it's full of little monkeys that are very angry.
Yeah.
Angry monkeys. Well.
Yeah, they're not very fond of humans.
No, they attack
They'll
a lot
suck you
of
in too. They'll be like, yeah, come over, bring that banana. Oh, I want the banana. Yes, please. And then they'll jump on you and start pulling your hair out.
Yeah, just happened.
Oh, it's happened before. Yeah, I've had these reports for years on this island.
Yeah, the last is 1 month ago.
I'm surprised they don't call it Angry Monkey Island.
Yeah, the last is 1 month ago.
Hey, they made a whole series out of angry birds. Imagine Angry Monkey.
I know.
Oh, I
That
remember.
one almost makes more sense, angry monkeys.
But we got a nice little device to anchor here.
Yeah, oh.
Shipwreck anchor.
One boat that makes save another boat. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is a great day.
There's like little eddies of cold and warm water.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's peeing around you.
No los trae en el bolso, ¿están?
Oh, perdón.
Take 2.
Yeah.
It's our first edit. Edit of the mount. So you can see we've shortened it, brought it right down to the level of the metal, and also changed the angle. So they've put in the cut here, so that now it should hold the engine straight.
That's good.
And about 5 inches lower in the water. So hopefully that will do. We shall soon see.
Fingers crossed.
Propeller's in the water at least, that's a good start.
So today, we're going to attempt to service this winch.
Dun, da, da, da. Made a nice little work area with tape and a bag.
Now, we were told that the first and most important thing is to not drop anything.
Yeah. Maybe we should get the snorkel equipment out.
I would rather work with this on the table rather than here.
Yeah. Big piece. Oh, and he said that they're spring loaded, right?
Yeah, they're spring
So
loaded.
we have to be super careful to not hurt ourselves. So we found the right Allen key, and now we're just slowly undoing these. Oh, yep, now I see that the springs are kind of lifting that piece up. Oh, okay, so those are the springs. Captain Rick was saying was sticking.
This.
That piece?
He said
here?
this is supposed to freely go around, but
Because I remember when we tried the winch when it was put together, it was very dry.
according to this design, I don't see how it freely goes around.
And then this is the last piece. There's nothing to take apart here. Ooh, now we flipped it over. Oh yeah, okay, so this is grease, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
So this needs to be greased because of this, because it sits right here. And I don't know, I guess I don't understand.
Everything needs to be greased.
So it spins. It's grease lightning! I just stepped in a bucket. Okay, rule number 1, maybe no more jokes until this project is done. That is the bucket I stepped in. Haha.
Well, good thing you stepped in it before I opened this.
Yeah, it's true. Mineral spirits?
Yeah.
To just do the beginning clean.
Yeah.
These things have come in handy numerous times so far. Ah, that toothbrush is what we use to clean the whole deck, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're going to use that toothbrush to clean all of this. Okay.
We degreased everything.
Yeah, so everything has
Except
been
for-
degreased except for the drum.
Because that's not what
and-
the problem was.
Right, the problem was not the drum.
And we don't have the parts to decrease everything.
Right. So this piece we think does not. It's just one piece instead of two, like our hypothesis was. And we looked at the manual and that confirms that theory. Do we then put all of this back?
Well, we re-grease
Together?
everything first,
Right.
and then we put it all back together.
Okay. Let the greasing begin. This is a really good project to do. It's very hands-on, learning about different things we'll have to be dealing with when we have our own boat.
Oh, now what direction was this in?
Ah,
Because there's an indent.
yeah. Let's see.
I mean, the indent is probably the way up, but could you just check?
Yeah,
on the
I'm
video?
gonna check the manual real quick. So I think that the indent faces up so that the bearings will just sit right in there.
So unfortunately, this is where the battery on the microphone dies, so we have no audio for the rest of our tutorial. And this is actually the section of the winch where the problem was, so I'm gonna give you the condensed version. The problem was that the winch was sticking badly, and it's due to this slip ring that is part of the self-tailer at the top of the winch. There's two plastic components here, the self-tailer itself and the plastic slip ring that slides around it. The slip ring is supposed to be separate, but here's why the guys thought that it was one solid piece, because it's become fused to the top self-tailing piece. The solution here is to use a flathead screwdriver and just slowly rotate it and pry it upwards, just like you would pry the lid off a can of paint. Once we have the slip ring off, Now we can deal with the binding issue. What's happened is, over time, if salt or anything gets inside the slip ring, it tends to cause friction and build heat. And again, over time, that will cause the plastic to swell a little bit until it slowly just fuses itself in one position. Now, of course, if you have parts readily available, you could simply order a new self-tailer and slip ring. But honestly, that really isn't necessary because, like I said, it is only plastic, so the solution is just to create a little bit of a gap between the two and reapply some new grease, and your winch will be good as new. So you'll see what I'm doing here is just using a coarse sandpaper to take down some of the surface inside the slip ring. Once we get a comfortable fit of the slip ring around the self-tailer, then we switch to a finer grade sandpaper just to smooth the surface out even more. And then finally, once we can put it on and rotate it by hand, we apply a thin layer of grease and put the whole thing back together. And then, as you'll see here, once we've completed putting the winch back together, it all slides freely. The only thing you're missing without the audio is that satisfying ticking of the winch. But the winch is back in business and ready to sail.
Easy. No, he asked if you want them. We call Stanley to speak about the motorcycle stuff.
Well, we can bring it over. We need a bunch of big guys to just kind of, like, we're going to hoist the motorcycle from the winch, but we need them to offload, like just to lift as we're lifting it, because we have to bring it up almost 6 feet to get over the rail. He's like, I ain't lifting no motorcycle.
No, because
This is our hoist line.
yeah.
We're going to bring the motorcycle right here.
Yeah.
We have to bring the boat right to the dock, so pull it right up against the dock. Okay. We're going to put 2 ropes around the motorcycle, around the front end and around the back end, and tie them up here like that.
Okay.
And then tie this around both of them. So we're going to have a harness just like we did with the dinghy. Remember how we did with the dinghy on the other side? It's exactly the same. But because the motorcycle, I mean,
It's heavy.
it's heavy. It's the same as the dinghy used to be with the engine on, but we don't want to put too much stress on the fitting up here at once, because I don't know how much it will take. It might be good for 1,000 pounds. It might be good for 300. I don't know.
Okay.
But if everybody down here, when I start winding here, they just grab hold of the bike and lift, you know, just to take some of the weight while I wind, and we just keep bringing it up, up, until we get it to the rail. We swing it over the rail, just swing it right out here, boom, and drop it right here, wherever we can, just to roll it back in there. So basically we got to bring it in here, and we're going to put it on an angle here and just try and work it in between here and here. The bike should fit no problem. The wheels will have to, the things will have to go up. Maybe the exhaust, we might have to jerk it past a little bit. Something's going to be in the way, I'm sure, but once we get it back here, it should sit right here. Put the kickstand right here, get it situated where the engine is lined up with the mast, and then we're just going to get a big block of wood or something and brace between the mast and the engine, and then strap a truck strap around it to hold the whole thing tight to the mast. That'll lock it in place here, and then we have 4 truck straps going like 2 forward and 2 aft from the frame of the bike to the tow rails, and just lock it down in a big triangle. Works on paper. Another harebrained Captain Rick idea. Let's see how it goes. Oh, there.
Hey guy, first test.
Oh, it won't hit there. It's not going to hit anything. I wouldn't worry about that.
First test, motor up. Hey Captain, you are ready?
I don't think anybody's ever ready.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys now.
150 kilos. Yo tengo 105.
But it's okay.
He wants you, but don't worry, it's so light.
Yo creo que esa soga, ya con esa soga la van a poner
Sí,
esa.
no.
But he's saying it's too light, or you think
No,
it's
he
crazy?
told that you don't need, that you don't need
Don't need what?
a lot of drop, a lot of line.
You think it's okay?
Yeah, he thinks it's okay.
What?
Dale para arriba, dale para arriba, yo, dale para arriba. Que aquí gay es lo que sobra. Ya como se ríen los sinvergüenzas.
Okay, ready guy? Ready?
Sí, sí. Ya va. No le hagan fuerza todavía, dale.
La patita, sube la patita que está ahí, la patita.
La patita para abajo
Dale.
y para arriba. Vamos.
No, agarra caucho. No agarra nada de plástico. Ah, ok, ahí. Dale, 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 dale.
Okay.
Muscle.
Ya que no haga fuerza que se venga para arriba.
Ya, sí, sí.
Dale,
Otro,
Gonzalo,
dale,
vente
otro
para
para arriba, otro para arriba.
Súbete, Gonzalo.
Hey, you feel strong, man.
Dale,
Te hago una mano más.
dale, dale, normal.
Ahí está.
Poco a poco.
Poquito a poco yo.
Forward, adelante.
Bájala poco a poco yo.
Dale, poco a poco.
Yo. No, agarra, tráncalo. Tráncalo. No. Tráncalo. Cheo, ayúdalo ahí, ayúdalo. No. Quítale el freno arriba,
This.
Ahora.
Okay.
Ahí patina, Cheo, ahí.
Okay, con despacito. Slowly.
Where's the kickstand? Other way.
Okay.
Okay, we need to bring the stern that way.
Okay, damos la vuelta.
Niña.
You just put it in place for now.
No, le
Dale.
ha pasado que el caucho en la parte de atrás se está quedando con la soga.
Shit, it might even be better like that. Just on that kickstand like that, but then put that block of wood I was talking about and still pull it over to the mast, but it stays on an angle like this. Then I put my 4 straps, and we put the bike cover on it.
Ya.
Okay, Stanley.
But we are in business. San Andres, here we come. Okay, sing.
Me?
You.
You. Okay.
Shit.
You are not perfect.
Sorry.
You can do it, come on.
Oh, won't you stay just a little bit longer?
Hey, not bad.
Oh, please say that you will. Say you will. There you go. If you haven't heard a seagull, getting strangled, Exhibit A, you're on.
That's it. Good job, Plukky.
Well, it's false crap. That's what I mean. It's real crap.
Ring of fire, going down, down, down. Flames went higher, and it burn, burn, burn. Ring of fire, the ring of fire.
No Mexican hot sauce.
Did they get you to train? Your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes from trees, hot air to a cool breeze, cold cup of gin. And did you exchange walk on pond in the wood for leaves grow in a cage?
Una bella
when you
No wonder
kiss
I'm a
me,
quality
fever when
organisation.
you hold me tight.
Oh, is it a
Fever
like a
in the morning,
Did you run out of SD
fever
cards?
all through the night.
You need an SD?
1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. Don't screw this
With
up.
a light.
I won't do any silly voice notes. That's not what I'm about.
Oh, we're on.
Maybe possible.
Stand by me.
Sound bad?
Let's do
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You can see.
Oh my god. Top stuff. Wait, hang on. On guard.
Got you, I got you.
Apparently, this is what YouTubers do in Panama. Hey, GoPro duel.
Which one are we going for?
Stand by me, baby.
Oh.
Who's got the
You're in the
lyrics?
light. You're in the light.
Oh, here.
No. You stand right here. Stand right here.
Yeah, but you're in the light.
You're in the light now.
No, you guys sing it, I'll play it.
Start us off. I don't know what you're doing. I'm lost.
It's the long intro. Here we go. When the night
Has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Colin. I'm Colin. I just want you to know I'm Colin. I'm my boat's Parlay. It's hurricane damage. It's got broken bulkheads. I'm really. Have you seen my guns? Have you seen my guns though? I just want you to know I've got really big guns. I've got a big gut, and you can call me Colin. That's all. That's all I got.
I think
Can you
I'll
hold
come and
this?
visit you on your boat.
Can you take a photo for me?
We'll do a bit.
Oh, we'll have a good time. We just sit in the corner during dinner one night. We have a blast. Por favor. Por favor.
Nah, I don't think we've got a picture yet.
I don't think anybody took a picture. Yeah.
Oh,
happened?
I got some quality video.
We've got good lighting.
She's a red light.
Really good lighting.
Well, it's the best we're gonna get. I could get me one of those.
That's nice.
If it goes missing, it'll be on my boat.
All right, we're looking over
With all
there.
the girls.
Yeah, and all my friends.
Oh, here.
The camera's from
Oh, you're blocking my face, okay? You're blocking my face. Don't block my face.
He did say it was real YouTube channel.
Camera's blocking it out.
Nice.
Someone jam with me. Go. Play something.
Come on.
Play something.
Here, we need the
Play that
baby guitar.
Play that devil goes down to Texas.
Devil
that
goes down to
thing.
Georgia. Looking for a soul to steal. He was on a something. He was on a vine. What's this?
He was looking for a soul.
Yeah, he was in for a soul to steal. He was something.
Devil
We need
went down to
lyrics.
Georgia.
Can you
Devil
show
went
us the
down to
lyrics?
Georgia and he bought a truck.
Devil came down to Georgia. Is this one?
What about
Okay.
what about heading down south to the land of the pine? Is that a violin song?
Do you know Devil Comes Down to
Will you
Georgia?
play? I'll play with you. Heading down. What's that song? To the land of the pine, travel my way to North Carolina. What's that song called? Mama rock me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wagon
Wagon wheel.
Is that what it is?
He was in a bind because he was out of time.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing something else.
Down south to the land of the pine. Is that it? What the?
Yes!
Knocked out there for a second.
Good job, man.
That was cool, man.
What?
Oi! Thanks, Rick.
I can hear you dialing into it just by the tone.
Oh, wagon wheel.
Yeah, I heard it.
So the lyrics over here.
I'm just gonna make it up.
I don't know it either. I hate songs that I just.
I'm heading down south to the land of the pines, strumming my way to North Carolina.
Staring up the road.
I see headlines. Does nobody know this song?
No, we don't
No,
know it, so you
make
gotta
it
sing
up.
with us.
70 hours. Look at me, bouquet of dogwood flowers.
Baby, tonight.
There we go, okay. Thank you.
Hey, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, like the way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Lost my friend, so I had to No more. Here we go, chorus.
Oh, rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Nailed those verses.
Dude!
Man.
Dude!
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. Good job.
Impressed.
Holy fuck, man.
It's hard to believe.
What the hell was that?